Welcome to another episode of Mayo Movie Club. Baseball Edition! I don't even like baseball. Honestly, I'm not much for sports in general, but I like a good sports movie. A few weeks ago, I watched the South Park episode where the boys play baseball, and it reminded me of the first movie on this list, The Bad News Bears from 1976, starring the legendary Walter Matthau. And it's appropriate that South Park would lead me back to this classic because it's a movie filled with foul-mouthed kids. One of them speaks so blatantly racist that I wouldn't be surprised if it was an early inspiration for the character of Eric Cartman. In a setup that honestly isn't well explained in the movie, there was a lawsuit in Southern California brought against the Little League Association for the exclusion of some kids from their teams. The lawsuit was led by the father of one boy that wasn't allowed to play, and so the result of the lawsuit is the formation of an all-new team made up of misfit kids that didn't make the other teams. The father that brought the lawsuit doesn't want to be the coach or have any responsibility, so he hires a washed-up alcoholic former minor league pitcher who now works as a pool cleaner to come in and show the kids how to play ball. This new coach, Morris Buttermaker, doesn't give a shit. He just takes the money, sits around drinking, and lets the kids screw off. But when the kids play their first game, a rivalry forms between him and the coach of the other team. And after their massive, humiliating loss, and seeing the defeated expressions on these young kids' faces after they face a day of bullying at school over how bad their team is, Buttermaker decides to start training them for real. He approaches the daughter of an ex-girlfriend that he knows can pitch, and recruits her to play for the team. And there's a kid that hangs around the ballpark causing trouble that happens to be a great player as well, and Buttermaker wants to convince him to play for them. I think that's why South Park reminded me of this. There's that part in the episode where the kids bring in Kyle's cousin Kyle to be part of the team, and the Bad News Bears is where I think that trope comes from. The whole looking for a magic, talented outsider to come in and save the team. Or at least that's as far back as I can remember it. The Bad News Bears is also an interesting movie to watch simply because of the portrayal of the time period. It's the mid-70s, and there's no glamour or disco going on. It feels really grounded, and I enjoyed seeing how everyone was dressed and how they spoke in a time that's now 50 years ago. Watching The Bad News Bears gave me an itch to watch more baseball movies that I remembered loving as a kid, so we kept the night rolling with The Sandlot, an obvious choice for a list about great baseball movies. But The Sandlot isn't really about baseball. It's about a bunch of kids in the 50s, I guess this is set in the 50s. And yeah, they play baseball every day, but the movie is about them being kids. Antics they get up to, how they all get along and rip on each other, and how they deal with a disastrous situation that arises. The Sandlot focuses on Scott Smalls, a boy that just moved to the neighborhood, not very good at making new friends, struggling to form a relationship with his stepfather. One day he gets roped into playing left field for the kids playing baseball. They teach him how to play, and it looks like it's going to be a great summer. But after the big hitter on the team hits a home run and they're left without a ball to play with, Scott runs home to get a ball from his stepfather's collection. Scott saves the day, and then he hits the ball out of the park for his first home run, with his stepdad's ball that was signed by the legendary home run hitter Babe Ruth. And now it's in the backyard of a terrifying neighbor with a killer dog that's rumored to have actually eaten people. This is the turning point of the film, where it goes from wacky kids enjoying their lives and playing baseball to a team of friends desperately trying to rescue a priceless collector's item from the neighbor's backyard. That's why this isn't really a baseball movie. Half the movie is just about the kids trying to get the ball back, going through a bunch of funny ideas. What keeps this movie so entertaining is the excellent direction and the chemistry of the kids. We experience reality through their eyes. A scary dog is seen as a towering monster because that's what it is to them. Reality is exaggerated, and The Sandlot isn't just enjoyable to watch if you're a kid, but it's enjoyable to watch as you remember what your kid brain was like. A true 90s classic that deserves all the love and respect it's garnered over the years. So if The Sandlot isn't really about baseball, how about something that definitely is? 1993's A League of Their Own, starring Gina Davis and Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks has never made me laugh more than he has here. During World War II, many ball players went off to fight, and the Major League Baseball industry decided to take a gamble on an all-girls league with major league funding. And this movie tells the story of two sisters that get to be on one of the teams. Much like Bad News Bears, they're led by a drunk, worthless, washed-up coach that doesn't want to be there for anything more than a paycheck. It's a team of talented ball players, but the crowds just aren't there. No one cares. So this team tries to play to the camera in every game, getting people excited to come out. They go from town to town as the coach learns to respect and support the players, and the two sisters fight more than they ever have before, as the younger one is extremely jealous of the attention her older sister gets for her talent and her beauty. There's intense drama, exciting baseball plays, and gut-bursting comedy moments, making A League of Their Own probably my favorite baseball movie. The last one I want to mention is my mom's favorite baseball movie, Bull Durham. Again, this isn't so much of a baseball movie as it is a personal drama. There's plenty of baseball in it, but the movie is largely focused on the love triangle between Tim Robbins, the beautiful Susan Sarandon, and Kevin Costner, who is about as bad as you'd expect him to be in his 80s period. Costner plays a near past his prime catcher with a great batting average, brought in to mentor a minor league pitcher with a lot of potential, Tim Robbins. He's got a hell of an arm, but no control. He's stubborn and cocky, and Costner is there to humble him and get him focused. Susan Sarandon is a local woman that's a huge baseball enthusiast, and she hooks up with one ball player every season, and makes it her mission to help them make it to the major leagues. She's a muse with an ability to give a man the confidence and discipline he needs to reach his full potential. But this season, while she's helping Tim Robbins become the man he needs to be, she's falling in love with Kevin Costner, who knows he can't interfere but is eating him up inside. So there's a lot of baseball going on in the movie, but it's more about the dynamic and jealousy between the three. But it's not so serious, it's also a comedy with plenty of lighthearted moments and some good laughs. There were a lot of other baseball movies I went through while making this list. I rewatched Major League 1 and 2 and didn't think they were that funny. I rewatched Rookie of the Year, which is cute and has a fun third act but isn't all that great. And you may be thinking, where's Field of Dreams on this list? Well, I rewatched it, and to my surprise, it has way less baseball than I remembered. Most of the movie is Kevin Costner driving around talking to people. I wouldn't call it a baseball movie, the story doesn't make much sense to me, and I just don't think it holds up very well, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's it for this episode of Mayo Movie Club. Thank you to everyone who sticks around for this series. Again, it's hard to monetize these videos, so please consider joining my Patreon or becoming a YouTube channel member. Your support makes these videos possible. See you next time.